Hey lovelies! Today I'm going to be doing a really exciting video. So a year ago, like exactly a year ago almost, I made the sunflower giveaway tag video where it was titled like reasons to stay alive, and once I watched the video I just like ran to my camera. I was like, I gotta take this video right now, and so it was like super scrambled and I was like super emotional. But this time I've been thinking and I've been like trying to come up with like the perfect way to do this. For those of you who are from my channel, How Senseless Death Our Precious Life, which is like my favorite YouTuber, and she's doing a giveaway called the Hobo Giveaway, and I have come up with loads of ideas, so I might be doing like 4 videos for this tag because I just have so many ideas. But the first one is going to be one that is recycled. Hobo makes me think of like recycled things that don't really cost that much money and also is minimal in materials and that kind of thing. So what I'm going to be making today are basically these earrings that are like bottle cap earrings and also like key earrings, which is just so simple and I think it could definitely sell. So basically she has this website called Universal Hobo, where she just sells like tie-dye shirts that she's tied herself. You're probably watching this video and I'm talking to you in like third person, but if I say you, then other people are gonna be like, me, what? Are you talking about me? So, okay, now I'm just like overly excited too much. Yeah, so these items are gonna be kind of like things you could sell on your website, and they're also things that are like customizable, so you could like adapt it to whatever style you want and the things you want, and you can just make it completely your own, which is why I love these remakes so much. I hope you guys enjoy. This is everything you're gonna need for the first remake. You're gonna need 2 pliers, a little bit of bottle caps. Not this many is required, I promise you. Either the hook earrings or the circle ones. You'll need a needle, a hammer, somewhere to hammer like a plank or something, the little rings that you use for jewelry, perhaps some old necklaces. Now if you want to make a flat one, like this one right here, then literally all you need to do is just have something to hold it with like this and hammer it down. This gives it sort of like a raggedy look, but I actually really like it. You can also take the plastic part off if you want to, it doesn't really matter. I'm just making a hole for the ring or the hook first. Now I'm just making a couple holes at the bottom where I'm gonna put the rings through. Just make sure you won't put them too far to the edge. As you guys can see, I made the holes on the outskirt of the actual circle. Now we're gonna add some rings. I'm just going to separate these like small metal rings. And honestly guys, if you like this kind of stuff and you don't have like circular pliers, I really highly recommend that you get it because there's so much stuff you can do with them. That's what one looks like. Let's do the others. Now you can definitely leave like this because it looks super cool. So with this necklace I have here, I'm gonna detach some of the parts here that are silver and black, and I'm gonna add them onto these rings like I did with this one. I'm literally going to just use the pliers to take off the different beads. Obviously, you don't need an old necklace to be able to do this. It's just much easier because the equipment needed to attach it is already kind of there. I'm just taking these small black beads and I'm adding them at the bottom of the wire beneath the pearl because I thought it looked kind of empty. And here is 3 out of 4 done. The last one will just be a chain. And I'm just gonna add the top part. I'm adding a hook to this one because I find that the flat ones look better with the hook and the untempered ones look better with the ring. And this is the final result. Isn't that just so cute? I'm absolutely in love with these. And I'm hopelessly in love with the vibe they're giving off. For this untempered with bottle cap earring, I'm just going to make a hole like I did in the last one. I realized afterwards that it's probably better to do it from the front than in the back because then the metal kind of doesn't stick out of the hole. And I'm just wiggling it around to make it a little bit bigger. So now I've added 3 rings. And the great thing about with this type of remake is that you could add anything afterwards. Pearls, beads, braiding, absolutely anything. I'm just gonna put on this Fatima hand. Now I need to tell you guys, I struggled a lot to get these rings on because they're so far into the bottle caps. I would recommend just having them further out, honestly. Even if it makes it a little bit difficult when you're hammering the needle in. What's so fun about these rings is that you can add any type of beads and pearls onto the actual loop. So that's what I'm doing now with the small black ones. And that is literally how easy it can be. And I'm super happy about the result. What I really like about like these kind of things is that you can make them out of anything. Like this is a tiny key ring that I just made like crappy dream catcher of, but you could have it like this way as well, hanging like that. Or you can make it out of ironed beads. Here I made like a yin and yang sign, which I really like. I like this one so much. And a key and one out of an old sewing string that can't be used anymore because it's too old. And you can decorate it like however you want. Here are some old ones. And you can literally put like small stuffed animals. You can put anything. And I think if like you're creative with this, it could turn out super cool. Now let's move on to the chokers. So when we're doing this like macrame braiding, you're gonna need somewhere to fasten the strings at the bottom. What I do is just this plank with 2 nails in it, and it works. You're also gonna need quite a bit of string for this part, but I honestly don't know how much. So first, make a normal knot around the 2 bottom strings, making sure that each side of the knot, the string is as long, and tighten hard. Now first, lay the right string over the 2 middle strings. Take the left string over the right string on the same side, and then under the double strings and through the loop on the right side. And just pull. Essentially what you're doing is just making a knot where the 2 middle strings are in the middle of the knot. Now this time you do the same thing but with opposites. You lay the left string over and take the right string over that string and through the loop on the left side. Now it took me a really long time to make my braiding even, so don't worry if you don't get it right the first time. Now I'm basically just going to be doing the same thing on the other side, and you kind of have to calculate how much you'll need on each end so that it's gonna go around your throat. Now on the 2 longer strings that you braided with, I'm gonna make 1 knot at each side to fasten it, and also a knot at the end of the strings in the middle so that they don't unravel. So this key is quite heavy, and you can definitely go for something lighter, a bead, but you can also just leave the ring as it is. And this is what it looks like from the back. Now I'm going to show you guys another macrame choker. This one has a different fastening at the back, and it also has some different jewelry. So those rings that we're separating and using all the time, I'm going to put one of them on the 2 middle strings, and then I'm just going to continue the braiding like usual, and I'm doing 6 of these. Now I want to let you guys know that the strings I'm using are quite heavy, and some might think they itch. I'm not really sensitive, but if you do, then you can definitely use like a cotton string instead. I'm going to make a knot at the 2 side strings like we did last time and just cut off the axis. Now comes the tricky part, and I'm going to call it tricky, not because it's difficult, but because it's really testing your patience, trust me. So all I'm going to be doing is separating these circles slightly, and then I'm going to putting on a chain onto the circles so that it kind of goes in a hanging motion. I also added a pendant on the middle one, and this is definitely one of my favorite jewelry that I've been making in this video. To tie this, I'm just putting one of the strings through the loop on the other side. Now the one where I put a bottle cap in the middle, and then I used plastic Scooby-Doo bands around and just tied them together at the back, and then just added a jewelry clip. Yes, I used to sell these, so there's a production of them, but I want to show you guys here. If you do the same string over every time you do a knot, it turns like this. On this one, I just used a plastic string under instead of something else. Made the gaps a little bit bigger. Here I did a bead between every knot. This one is a leather one with turquoise beads. Here's a different type of braiding. Here's a more advanced one. I made one to match the color of the one I have on my keys. So I made this one with the same colors here, and that looks really pretty. So guys and Anna, that is everything I have to show you, but I probably will upload 2 more videos for the hobo giveaway because I have a lot of ideas and I want to share. And this is like a great opportunity for me to get back to DIY stuff and recycle stuff. It's definitely gonna get stuff moving on my channel. So if anyone actually does any of these remakes, then please, please, please send them to me on Instagram. This is my name, so that I can see your remakes, because I'd love to see if any of you do it. And I hope I inspired you, Anna, to kind of experiment with these because it's really fun. So I hope you all have a really, really lovely day, and I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye!